Last week, I talked about being overwhelmed by work and what you can do about it. I drew this little fella hiding under his comfy blanket of procrastination, and I've been thinking about him ever since. We've all been there. That guilty feeling you get when the streaming service asks, "Are you still watching? Are you sure you don't need some fresh air?" Sometimes this is perfectly okay, it's just a bit of self care, but if you have a pile of work waiting for you, then you need to get your head around it. A dip in motivation happens to everyone at some point. Unfortunately, I'm not here to give you some amazing magical life hack that will solve all your problems. Sorry about that. It's an emotional issue and therefore an illogical one, I'm afraid. So have a think about the root of the problem. It'll be different for everyone. A workplace that isn't a good fit, family issues, the dreary weather. As I draw this, the UK is in lockdown for COVID-19, which I know has drained everyone. Is it a more subtle problem? A lack of confidence about the task, perhaps, or a fear of failing, an obsession with perfection that's crippling you? When you've figured out what's at the bottom of it, it's easier to fix. Lots of different things can bring you back up to speed. Don't shoot for the moon, or you'll be overwhelmed. Start with a small goal. That can just be getting to your desk and tidying it to prepare for work, getting together everything you need and firing up the laptop. Get a little dopamine hit out of the small goal, and that will lead to more of a desire to move further. Factor in rewards throughout the day, or give yourself a reward at the end of the day. Pizza and a movie on the sofa if you get all the Year 9 reports done. That being said, eating and sleeping well can lead to a better sense of well-being and motivation, so maybe don't have the extra toppings. It can help to publicly set a deadline. Nothing gets you motivated like the fact that the last thing you said to the boss was, "I'll have that for you on Monday morning." It's a scary strategy, but pressure might be your way of doing things. Consider your work pattern. Can you change anything? Are you better in the mornings or in the evenings? Take advantage of that if your schedule will allow it. Is there something wrong with your work environment? Can you change anything about your office layout so you stop looking out the window? Is there a work-life balance issue? Is it a bit more serious? Do you just need to move on to something that's a little bit more you? Don't force yourself into a box that isn't yours. No amount of rearranging is going to help, and you'll just wear yourself out trying to become someone that other people want you to be. Have a think about the effect your work has on the world around you. The kids will have a better experience if you get it done. Your colleague needs to crunch these numbers so that they can progress with their own work. Remember, your boss has a boss on their back too, and a happy boss is one that's easier to work with. I'm not saying this to generate guilt, but simply to make you think about the smile you might receive from someone who's truly grateful for what you've achieved. Lastly, there's a difference between time wasting and depression. Sometimes working becomes such a problem that you feel the choices have been taken away from you. If you can't motivate yourself to do anything, even the things you usually enjoy, then please see your GP. Look after yourself. If it feels like those around you are trying to fix an unfixable problem or just don't understand you, then look for the right help. Start with a comment below or sign up for my weekly email and I'll do my best to guide you. Remember, I'm not here to spam you, I just want to help. If all else fails, get a dog. I did. Best thing I ever did. Nothing gets you out of bed in the morning like a wet nose in your ear and a demand to be fed. Sprocket!